We all have rough days, me included. Yesterday, I had a rough day. And I wanted to share with you guys what I did to get through the rough day, which isn't much. But maybe me sharing this would help some of you out there who are going through a rough time in life. Maybe you're going through a rough day, all right? And my rough day consisted pretty much of just inner battles, battling with my own thoughts and fighting off the urge to just give in and give up and just start drinking, okay? So throughout the day, it was this persistent nagging, it was this persistent urge to drink and just avoid all of these negative feelings that I was going through. And I was working throughout the day, and the day was kind of slow, which was pestering me. It was annoying me, and it was, I spent a lot of time kind of just walking around random areas, and for some reason, I find it hard to take time for myself and, go for a walk in a park or go see a movie or go do something for me, right? I always feel like I have to be waiting around for my next payout. You know what I mean? I always feel like I have to be waiting for the orders to come through, right? Even when I'm getting ahead in life. It's the weirdest thing ever, man. So I just struggled with a slow day and then me just wanting to give in and start drinking, right? And I've actually made progress. I've made progress in my finances, paid off a lot of debt. I knew I was having a bad day, and I knew I wanted to just avoid the bad day by drinking. But then I started to weigh the consequences and started asking myself the question, what if? What if I did start drinking? What would happen, right? And I know what would happen, all right? I may not know a lot of things in life, but I'm an expert on what happens in my life when I start drinking. I know where it takes me. So I knew if I had have gone to a bar, I pretty much would have just signed off on, the next few days. The next few days just would have been gone in a split second, you know what I mean, if I had made the decision to drink. Sorry, car alarm just went off there, but I would have been risking my safety, someone else's safety. I would have been risking my freedom, my ability to earn a living for myself, my ability to support my son. I would have been risking my ability to get to and from my son, to pick him up, drop him off. Pretty much everything that I have, I would be putting at risk just to avoid having a bad day. I would have went to the bar, and then another bar, and then another bar, and then I would have went to the liquor store, and I would have ended up blacking out in either my car or a cheap motel room, which would have cost me as well. It cost me in that I have to spend money on the booze and the motel room and the cigarettes and all that stuff. But then it would also cost me in that I'm not working now. I've now just handed my work day over to drinking. And what would happen is I'd wake up the following morning feeling that regret and shame and guilt, and I would then continue drinking in the morning to, cover up those feelings as well. So now I'm drinking for several more reasons. And that would just turn into a bender, usually a 3-day bender. Then I get back on my feet. I try to shake myself off, and I frantically, try to get my footing back again. I try to get sober again. And maybe I'll hit a week of sobriety. I'd still be feeling like shit, and then I'd probably relapse again, and it would just turn into this vicious cycle that could go on for months, okay? So I made the decision to weigh that against just today, right? Let's just say today, the bad day that I'm having today. Do I want to deal with the bad day I'm having today and just go through all the uncomfortable feelings and just push through that shit? Right? Or do I want to give in and get rid of this bad day and trade it in for many, many days to come? Maybe weeks, maybe months. Well, it's a pretty clear choice right there. So I just chose to have a bad day, right? And I could have done a few things differently, right? I could have stopped to go see a movie. I could have stopped to go to the gym. I could have stopped to go and just go for a walk or engage in a hobby of mine or something. But I chose to just sit in the car, and I was just angry. And, when I'm in my car, I can scream at the top of my lungs, and I can punch the headrest in the passenger seat. When I'm angry, I just launch a back fist, boom, at the headrest. And thankfully, the chair hasn't broken, you know what I mean? Because I put all my force into that shot, boom. And I also realized that hitting things is really helpful, as long as it's not alive, right? Like boxing might be a great thing to do. But I don't know why, I just kept working because I wanted to hit a certain goal, and I did. I hit the goal and I surpassed it. But where am I going with this? What I'm trying to say is just punch something, scream at the top of your lungs, just have a bad day. Because I know that here I am tomorrow. I woke up early. It's a chilly day. I don't care about the weather. But I know that I have another opportunity to have a good day, right? And to turn this thing around. And I know that, these bad days, they just come and they go, And I now have an opportunity to create a new day. And I've saved myself from ruining a lot of days to come. And that's a good feeling, So if you're having a rough day, man, just push through it. Push through it. Do something with your time. Do whatever you need to do. Take some deep breaths, okay? Because it's not worth, if you're an addict, it's not worth giving in to your addiction just to get through a rough day. It's because it might stun you, it might medicate you, it might lessen your senses to the bad day. But boy, is it gonna cause you hell in the near future, you know what I mean, if you give in, right? So here's to 4.5 months of pushing through without drinking. And that's all I gotta say, man. If you're having a rough day, just have a rough day. All right. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Take it easy.